If you do feel at some point joyful and free and you start going on in that way, and it makes people you really care about feel very insecure within themselves, and it hurts them and it starts hurting you, and you go back into
Wow, that looks like a cinema plot. Do you watch Hindi movies? You're a Lebanese girl. No, I understand. This looks like the script for a typical Indian movie, you know. You start doing something, it starts hurting somebody, and that starts hurting you, so it starts hurting them, and now, if you are joyful, nobody who loves you will be hurt. You're doing something that is harming them or hurting their sensibilities, so it's hurting them. Being joyful does not mean you have to perform some action, isn't it? I am joyful means, do I have to get up and jump every time? Maybe if I jump every time, my family will feel embarrassed about this. Yes? I am joyful. I can be any way I want when I am joyful, isn't it? Only when you're miserable, you have to compulsively to do certain things to escape the misery. If you're truly joyful, you can do whatever is needed without any hassle, isn't it so? So where is the question of anybody getting hurt with your joy? Is there such a thing? Will anybody get hurt because you're joyful? No, because you have compulsive actions which you associate with joy. That is why somebody is hurt. You think your joy is getting drunk, maybe your family is hurt because of that. Now you're thinking, if I am happy, they're going to get hurt. They're not getting hurt because of your happiness, they're getting hurt because of your drunkenness, isn't it? If you are simply happy, your family, your loved ones, even your enemies will love you. If you're really joyful, they'll make friends with you, isn't it? Nobody is going to be hurt because you're joyful, because you're doing certain actions which could be harming their interests in some way, which creates conflict. So if we share a common platform for doing something which is convenient for both of us, we have to consider each other's needs. This is a simple understanding. I will do what I want, you do what you want, then we should not share a common platform, isn't it? Yes or no? You want to live in London city, enjoy the civic amenities, enjoy the buses, enjoy the roads, enjoy the power, enjoy everything that the city is providing, then they expect you to behave in a certain way. You want to be a free man, you want to drive all over the street, you want to bang into anything that you wish, then you must go to Antarctic. You can enjoy driving whichever way you want, but nobody will bother to provide you all these things that they're providing you. Once you share a common platform, there is a certain thing expected from you so that it's in common interest. I thought once, the moment we make that pact of living together, we understood this, isn't it? Yes? Don't make problems out of situations where there is really no problem. This is not a problem. Whether it's a family, or a community, or a city, or a nation, or a world, this is only a problem for people who are acting compulsively. Now we are in England, we are driving on the right side of the street. Suppose tomorrow the government says, let's all drive on the left side of the street, for some reason. If you're a happy person, what is the problem? From tomorrow I will drive on the left side of the street. Little bit of confusion will happen, a few dents will happen, but what is the problem? Unhappy people will protest and start a revolution for petty things which are of no consequence. Instead of driving on the right side, tomorrow if the authorities in London decide all of us should drive on the left side of the street, what is the problem? Enjoy the excitement of learning to drive in a different way, isn't it? If you are happy, you are flexible. You are unhappy, Your happiness is in trying to extract this happiness from people around you. You're trying to extract happiness from people around you. That is why all this argument. The moment you try to extract happiness from people around you, they will try to extract something else out of you, and this is a love-hate conflict which is going on everywhere in every relationship. Responsibility means you're making your existence here unconditional. You act as it is needed for the situation. You have no conditions, you have no compulsions. When you see I'm responsible for something, you will do what's needed for the situation, isn't it so? Yes. If you see I'm responsible for my family, for my city, for my nation and for my world, won't you naturally do what's needed? Will you or will you not? Only because you think they are not your responsibility, conflict. Isn't it so? Responsibility is inclusiveness. Limited responsibility is exclusiveness. All the crime in the world, all the evil in the world, all the conflict in the world is simply because of limited responsibility. Isn't it so? Why is it I can't take a knife and stab myself, but I can take it and stab somebody else? Why is it? Because this is my responsibility, this is me. That is not me, that is not my responsibility, isn't it? I can stab this person, but I cannot stab something that I truly see as my responsibility, my own child. I can't do it, isn't it? Isn't it so? What is the difference? The difference is just this life you see 100% as my responsibility, that life you think is not your responsibility. That's the problem, isn't it? Isn't it so? Limited responsibility is the source of all evil, all corruption, all crime and all violence on the planet. Is it so? If you see my responsibility is limitless, you will function as it is needed, not out of compulsiveness. Your actions will become conscious. The whole journey from misery to blissfulness is just a journey from unconsciousness to consciousness. If you were functioning consciously, you wouldn't make yourself miserable, isn't it so?